All right, YouTube. This Detroit's HPTV coming to you out of Detroit. It's Sunday morning, and I'm back at you with a video. Today, I'm going to do a reaction video to Anton Daniels as he talks about Rickey Smiley. Now, Rickey Smiley's claim to fame is a man wearing a dress, and I don't have a problem with men wearing dresses if that's what they want to wear. I'm just not going to take advice for a man whose claim to fame is wearing a dress. Now, Malcolm X has said it best. You can't have comedians and singers and actors telling you about politics because most of the time their connections and ties from Hollywood is directly a tie and affiliation with politicians who have connections in that same area in California. Now, the thing about it this Sunday morning is how can you be a Christian and vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz? Kamala Harris is the LGBT president. Kamala Harris is for reassigning the gender of children. Kamala Harris is for open borders, which is amalgamation. Kamala Harris was inaugurated as the first Indian senator, the first Indian DA. And now her claim to fame is a black woman who was an AKA, with the sororities. And, the sororities and the fraternities, the boule, they call themselves the Divine Nine. What makes them divine? When they anti-Bible, anti-Christian, anti-God. What makes them divine? Because clearly the Bible and Holy Scripture speaks against the very policies that these people are supporting. And that's a fact. This is supposed to be a Christian nation founded on Judeo-Christian ethic. But now it has took a turn for the sinister based on inclusion. And as I've told you before, what they consider inclusion is the right to be as debaucherous and sinister and as evil, as wicked as you want to be. That's just a fact. Who would transgender a child? Think about that. Who would put tampons in the boys' bathroom? And these comedians, these actors like D.L. Hughley and Rickey Smiley and the likes of Roland Martin and Joy Reid, they don't speak for Black Americans. They don't speak for the conservative values of the Black community, which the Democratic Party works tirelessly to undermine. They work tirelessly to undermine the nuclear family. And they come out and they want to call other people weird. But see, in the face of truth, they have to stand down. What does the Bible say about abortion? What does the Bible say about men sleeping with men, women sleeping with women? What does the Bible say about it? Because it's a lot of so-called Christians who claim they stand with Kamala and the Democratic Party and Tim Walz. How so? How can you stand with them and still say you stand with Jesus and God? It's a contradiction. But that's not what I came to really talk to you about. We came to listen to Anton take on Rickey Smiley. As you know, Anton's from Detroit. That's my home where I'm from, Detroit. And I want to react to his video because he makes some good points. And then I'm going to give my commentary. So, this is for fair use under the 1976 Copyright Act. For commentary, educational purposes, and as always, you got to be standing on the First Amendment when you deal with these people. Check this out.
Tim Walz Walz, I already know the answer to that question.
Always.
What excites you the most about him?
Just that he's just a regular, like he reminds you of your high school principal. He reminds you of your high school football coach, and he was a football coach that led his team.
How many of y'all ever had a high school principal that put tampons in a boy's bathroom? How many of you had a high school principal that supported the transgendering of children? I mean, must be a new high school. I know I've been out of high school since the 80s, but has high school really changed that much to where a man like Tim Walz reminds you of high school? Or is this guy just making stuff up? I think he's just saying what's ever clever versus having any facts, because Tim Walz don't remind me of any person I ever met that worked in the Board of Education. And it was rumors of people like him, but they all got fired once they were found out, if you know what I mean.
To a national, not national, but to a state championship. And he is just awesome. He's for the people. He stand up for women's rights.
Who is excited about Tim Walz? Come on, man. Listen, look, these dudes is paid shields. Honestly, they're older simps. They are dudes that have been wrong on so many different things. And you know that it's a lie as soon as they open up their mouth, because he said, man, yeah, I'm excited about Tim. Who the hell in the world? Like, I remember back when Obama was running for president of the United States, and there was a lot of interest in that, and people were super excited about Obama because Obama was Obama and he was the first black guy and all of that stuff. And I remember that, right? We wound up getting a bag of bricks as a result of it, but I remember people actually being excited and galvanized about Obama becoming the president of the United States. Who in their mind in Minnesota, a guy that literally put tampons inside of the boys' bathroom, is saying that they're excited about Tim Walz and Kamala Harris becoming president and vice president of the United States? Get the hell out of here, bro. Come on, bro. Really?
And he's a popular governor in the great state of Minnesota, which Trump won in 2016. That state was picked off by Joe Biden, and I think we'll definitely get his state and the state of Pennsylvania as well. Either one of those governors would have been a great choice for Kamala Harris. I'm just sick of the black people on the internet talking about I'm not with her. Okay, so if you're not with her, that means you with.
Rickey Smiley say he is sick of the black people. I'm sick of black men wearing dresses in Hollywood. And then after they put a dress on, they come out and they act as if they represent black men in general or the black population. So I can understand how a man that wears a dress would be supportive of Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. But to say you sick of black people, really, bro?
Y'all need to block every last one of their asses on Facebook and on Instagram and social media.
Don't worry about it. We're going to unfollow you.
And that's what's weird too. If you got social media, you see a lot of people saying, I'm with her. They can't tell you one reason why they're with her. They ask you what about her record? Her record is she locked black women up because their kids was truant. She kept black men in prison past their release date so they could fight fires for free in California, which is a form of slavery. She even kept a man on death row and withheld evidence that would have exonerated him. Not to mention, she told you point blank, I'm not going to do anything for black people. So what is a record that these comedians and these so-called representatives of the common man are talking about? What record are they talking about?
And block you first. We ain't tripping about it. We know who his demographic is. We know who he pandered to. He's always pandered to black women. He's always pandered to the church. And I'm not saying that y'all can't go and see him at his comedic events or whatever it is and listen to that punk ass radio show. But in reality, Rickey Smiley has always pandered. Always. The entire time. Him, Steve Harvey, all of these older simps, all of these dudes as boomers and Gen Xers, all of them have always been simping for the black community, for the black church, for black women in the black church. And so it's easy for them to say this because they understand who their demographic is.
Stop. Like, that's just garbage.
Yeah.
It's just garbage.
We're not listening
Everybody
to
got to
United
find.
on
Can't agree on a damn bucket of chicken. One person want a hot dog.
I always complain.
Black folks get on my damn nerves, man. Why everybody making all these celebrities making all these videos going off on Kamala Harris and stuff, and then the black?
Because they actually can think for themselves. They're tired of the thing that we've always been taught is you vote Democrat or you stand for women or you do all of this. We starting to think for ourselves and we don't give a fuck about any of this other stuff except for the policy. We care about stuff that affects our families. What do you mean agree on something? We don't need to agree on nothing. And the fact that they looking to shame you instead of having a conversation to better understand why you have the position that you have in is exactly what we've been talking about as far as what's in the black community and the black tax and the cultural norms and why the culture is trash. And now we see a group of people that's saying, listen, we not going and we not just rocking out just because you said so, because y'all not our leaders. And this is why y'all need to stop following a lot of these guys. Listen, they may be funny and junk on stage, but it does not mean that they have insight and understanding on what you're supposed to do for your family. Borders was open. She was the border czar. She was a part of this Biden administration. She was largely regarded as the worst vice president of all time. She couldn't debate her way out of a wet paper bag, got waxed in the 2019.
The 47th Hat Care Source Crimp Festival of Laces is just around the corner. Mark your calendars for August.
Primary. Nobody voted for her. They gave us this as a diversity, equity, and inclusion. Biden picked her in order to win a black woman vote that ultimately got him inside of the White House in the first place. We've seen what her policy is. We've seen what she did in San Francisco. We've seen what she did as the DA. We know who she is, and she's a chameleon. 100%. Judge Joe Brown was more right than any of these other people that's looking to have a conversation about who a person is and whether or not she really represents black people, yet alone America, because she's going to have to be the president of America, the entire country, not just women, not just black people, any of this type of stuff. What do you mean black people? So we expected to vote a certain way just because we black? Policy don't matter. The only thing that matters is identity politics? Man, get out of here, bro.
Me and Kamala Harris didn't prosecute you and treated you bad in court. I got treated bad in court too. But I'm with her because a vote for her.
Did you just hear what he said? He sounded real. He sounded real. Kind of dumb. I got treated bad in court. She treated you bad in court. I mean, this guy is just winging it. What is his motivation to be coming out against black people like this in behalf of Kamala Harris? I mean, who do we think he is? Rickey Smiley is a man that wears a dress in Hollywood. Cries every time he's insulted. I mean, clearly, I understand why he's on that side. I understand why he's on the left. Seriously.
If you sit at home and you don't support her, you are definitely supporting Donald Trump. You can vote for who you want to, but don't be trying to encourage other people and sit up there and put bad stuff. Where's that same energy for Donald Trump?
Like he doing right now?
Yeah. Well,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just like, don't
And
vote
then
for him. It is what
they're
it
not
is.
even doing, y'all not even out here doing real research to look at her record. If you do the research or whatever, stop believing everything you read and do real research, you can see what a record is. You can see what she have done. I think you can Google whatever.
You could tell like he's not really educated. He's just a comedian. He said do research, but don't believe what you read. Think about that. He said do research. Do your own research, but don't believe what you read. That reminds me of this preacher one time who misquoted the Bible, and I told him the correct verse, and he told me, that's your problem. You read too much. What kind of argument is that? Don't believe what you read, then what you reading for?
Kamala Harris done for the black.
We didn't just Google it. We absolutely 100% did our research. We did a deep dive. She don't even post what policy she's going to be standing on as the president of the United States of America less than 3 months into or less than 3 months before we vote in November, and people have already started casting absentee ballots.
Community are things that black people benefit from a lot. We need to stand with her.
Like
we need
what?
to stand with her. She's great. She will make a great president. If What a blessing to be living in a time where a black woman can become president of the United States of America. In our time, we get a black man and a black woman become president. That's unheard of.
Come on, man.
Stop it.
Be on the right side of history. Be on the right side of history.
That's so, it's just the Amber Rose and everybody got all these videos and stuff and talking about Kamala Harris talking out of both sides of her. How would you say something so?
I hate to be biased, but that Southern accent just reminds me of a plantation or a slave movie. You know what I mean? That Southern accent is horrible. You know, not to offend anybody from down south, but man, that accent there makes you just want to say, yes, a bossa, yes, a massa. I's representing you, boss. It's terrible.
Disrespectful. Even if you felt that way, I wouldn't dare make a video or say nothing like.
Now you got to silence yourself. This is what the grandmas used to do. Grandmas used to do this.
That to the vice president of the United States of America that's trying to stand up and that's going to possibly pick 2 United States Supreme Court justices or whatever to try to keep the laws in place that Thurgood Marshall and all of the people that have paved the way.
The last United States Justice Supreme Court pick coming out of the Democratic Party, Ketanji Brown, the black woman, asked in front of Congress, what is a black woman? She couldn't even define what a black woman was. So you mean to tell me the first Supreme Court justice in a long time that the Democratic Party picked can't even define what a woman is, and she's a woman? Who wants y'all to pick any more Supreme Court justices? Really?
And try to redo and get back into some of this settled law, women's rights to choose, your voting rights, and Brown versus the Board of Education. Do your homework, black people.
Women's rights. They keep saying women's rights to choose. Why aren't y'all going to say abortion? Stop saying women's rights like women are in slavery. Call it what it is. Abortion. She's running on abortion. Period. It's Sunday, church people, in the name of Jesus. Your candidate is running on abortion.
Let me just tell you something right here that could be very historic. And
last time I think I spoke about Rickey Smiley or reacted to anything that he had that was relevant in culture, I think it was with regard to Brian McKnight. He was wrong on that. As usual, he was wrong on that. If I remember, if my memory serves me correctly, and he sounds just like your black grandmother and your black grandfather who led you into the mire. 100%. Same thing, trying to shame you and act like we don't do our research when they don't have a...
Let me stop in time right there. His main character is a black grandma. That's his main character. That's what he's famous for, being a black grandma. I don't got nothing against grandmas. I just don't want them to be men.
Policy to stand on, and the record is absolute garbage, bro.
And Kay pointed this out to me. If Kamala Harris is elected, she would be sworn in.
She could be sworn
on
in
MLK Day
by the first black Supreme
and
Court,
and possibly by Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Yeah.
Does that not give you chills?
Stop it.
Does that not?
She can be sworn in by Ketanji Brown. The judge, who is a woman, who can't define what a woman is. We the laughing stock of the world.
Sin,
Maria,
just make your whole body vibrate.
Maria,
oh my
I can
gosh.
go deep into that. You got a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated reading in a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated into the damn White House. What's wrong with y'all?
On MLK holiday.
But y'all mad because she was talking about reparations.
Who was a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated?
Come on now.
Come on now. Oh my.
Do y'all hear the sycophant in the back? He said y'all mad because she ain't talking about reparations. He a sycophant. He just hollering from the back. Y'all mad because she don't want to give y'all no reparations. And then you got the other country bunker talking. This is a clown show over there on the left. They should have never started saying that people was weird, because they are the weirdest. They are the weirdest political machine in history since Rome.
God,
Game
that just
changer,
gave me
dog.
chills.
Mm.
That gave me
Rocky.
chills.
Game changer, dog.
Game.
Man,
Talk about game.
y'all better come
Go
get
to
me off
sports
this radio
you
today.
Come get him.
Hey, you keep going. You want to keep
Today.
going, dog? You want to keep
Today.
going? Oh, they ain't gonna be mad at you today, Rick. Hey,
I don't care. Well, stop me. Stop me.
Go, dog.
Stop
Go.
me.
Go.
I don't care about who get mad. I know I'm right.
No, you're not.
I know I'm right.
Ain't never
Y'all
said
need
right.
to stop. Do y'all realize Medgar Evers died for voting rights? All these people that have risked their life from slavery up until the civil rights movement.
Medgar Evers didn't die for voting rights. First of all, he was unalived by a man with a rifle. Second, they were using voting to achieve civil rights when they should have been doing like Malcolm X said, going for human rights. They wanted the right to share bathrooms and lunchrooms, and they wanted integration versus human rights, the right to pursue their own destiny. And see, that's the problem with y'all. Y'all always looking and striving for equality instead of striving to be the best that you can be for yourself. What person you know strives to be equal? That's a loser mentality. You striving for a tie, or are you striving to be the best possible human being that you can be for yourself and your family and your community? That's what's wrong with y'all.
Just what we can.
This is insane, bro. Are y'all listening to this? I can't stomach another minute of this. I might have to do a part 2 to break this down, or I might just have to speak from my heart when I sleep on this, because this is one of the most upsetting things, because it absolutely is a representation of what we've been dealing with as Black people, as far as them trying to shame us, not based off of what's best for us, but based off of identity politics. They've been running this same fucking place since I was born. Since the time that I've opened up my eyes over 42 years ago, they've been running this same plantation play for the entirety of my existence. I can't, bro. I can't, bro. I almost feel like I'm getting stressed the fuck out. And it's bothering me because I've been trying to stop cursing. I've been trying to keep a more low profile, more of a lower profile when it comes to just speaking on the talking points and not going into all of the details and all of this other type of stuff. But it's really bothersome. Hey, listen, tap in after hours tonight. We're going to get it in. And we're going to revisit this conversation tomorrow. Make sure y'all get into the Patreon. We did Stock Club today. That's back uploaded for y'all to go and watch. Link is in the description. Also, Teach Hanley 40% off your first order plus a free gift. Man, get me the fuck out of here.
Shout out to Anton Daniels. I agree with most of what he said, because the shaming tactic is not going to work this time, because we see Kamala Harris clearly as a chameleon, as an opportunist, and as somebody that will be detrimental to the Black community and the country at large. So these actors and these Holly weirdos that come out in support of her and trying to shame Black people, it's not going to work this time. It's just not. Nobody's going to vote who's intelligent for someone whose whole policy is abortion and gender and identity politics. And if you're a Christian, how can you even justify voting for Democrats? If you're a Muslim, how could you even vote for voting for Democrats? Because that is a blatant show of hypocrisy or a confused mind. A double-minded man is unstable in all their ways. I'm going to end on that note. Sign to our Detroit. This is Detroit's HPTV coming to our Detroit. Support Detroit's Black Thought and Ash Collective. And as always, salute to all patriots. Y'all keep your head on the swivel. Peace. Like, share, and subscribe.